Last year at this time, the U.S. Department of Agriculture was optimistic about the farming year ahead. What followed was one of the worst droughts on record. While the affected area has receded since its height last summer, the dryness of 2012 is still reverberating throughout agricultural markets. Joining me to discuss the fallout is the U.S. commodities correspondent, Greg Meyer. So Greg, you and I traveled through a very dry Missouri last summer, and we talked to a number of farmers about the immediate fallout of the 2012 drought, but now we're kind of seeing the long tail of this dryness.
We are. Even as the drought has sort of fallen off the front page, you're seeing the lingering effects in agricultural markets. Just this morning, Cargill announced a big drop in quarterly earnings, which they in many ways attributed to the U.S. drought, even though it's a global company with a footprint all over the place. One of the problems there was they run beef packing plants, and the U.S. cattle herd has gotten smaller and smaller. There's fewer heads of cattle to process, and I think U.S. consumers in particular here will start seeing higher prices for meat and dairy because of the drought last year.
Initially, it was suspected that Brazil and Latin America would be able to fill up the slack, if you will, in the supply. That wasn't necessarily the case?
I mean, South America is expected to have record harvests of corn and soybeans. That's just happening right now, however. And even so, especially in the case of corn, which is used for feeding animals and ethanol, et cetera, analysts still project like the lowest stocks in 40 years globally. So they're really relying on a huge harvest this year in the Northern Hemisphere and in the U.S. to replenish those stocks.
And this year again, the U.S. Department of Agriculture is optimistic, but over half the country remains in drought.
Right. The latest numbers show that at least 50% of the U.S. land is considered in drought. The drought's moved west from kind of the Corn Belt, the most fertile area in the U.S. since last summer. So it's really affecting more wheat than corn, and moreover, it becomes a bigger factor when we get to June or July, when these crops are in the ground and kind of developing at kind of a crucial stage. So yeah, they were extremely optimistic last year. This year they're looking at record crops again, and could be, or it could be. We really just don't know at this stage.
Kind of the inherent nature of farming, I suppose.
It seems to be, yeah.
Well, thanks so much for your thoughts, and for continued coverage, please return to the FT.com.